welcome back. Today I'm going to be continuing my declutter series and decluttering my makeup brushes. I don't see very many brush declutter videos here on YouTube, but I definitely have a lot of brushes and I know that I don't need all of these. So I'm really excited to go through and get rid of the things I don't need and hopefully either donate them or give them to friends and things like that. So let's go ahead and dive in. So just to show you guys a little bit how I have this organized, these are all of my eye brushes, and then these two glass jars have my face brushes. And then I also have this kabuki brush, which really doesn't fit anywhere. Speaking of the kabuki brush, I am going to keep it because I use it a lot when my contour or my blush looks too harsh. It helps me to just blend it out really well. So I am going to hold on to that one. Now, going into this jar, this is a blush brush from Soho. I don't know much about this brand, but I have had this for a really long time. It's a really cheap quality brush, and I actually did get a new blush brush that I like a lot more. So I think it's time to retire this one because it is getting kind of frayed and just old. So I'm going to say goodbye to this one. This is the e.l.f. complexion brush, and I use this all the time just to apply powder all over my face. I also use it for bronzer. I could use it for blush, but it's a little big for that. So I am going to keep this. It's a really good quality brush, so I'm going to keep that one. Another powder brush is this one from Wet n Wild. I think it's called their large powder brush. Again, I use this pretty much every day. I usually use this one for face powder and this one for bronzer, so I do like to have two of these on hand. And then I have this Wet n Wild contour brush, and I use it to contour. Also, just to let you know, a lot of these brushes are going to be dirty, and I apologize if that grosses you out, but that's just real life. So I am going to keep this because I use it a lot. Okay, this is the e.l.f. small stipple brush, and this is a really good brush for like cream blush and cream highlight and things like that. I don't actually own any cream blush, and the cream highlight that I have I normally just apply with my fingers. So part of me thinks that I should just go ahead and get rid of this because I don't really use it. So I don't know, but also if I ever do get a cream blush, I'll want to use this. So I'm going to put this in the maybe pile for now. Okay, this is the e.l.f. Flawless Concealer Brush. It's a really good, like, kind of rounded brush, and I use it all the time for my under eye concealer. So yeah, I'm going to keep this as well. I know I'm keeping most of these things right now, but once we get to the eye stuff, I know I'm going to be getting rid of a lot of those. So that got us through one of these jars. Now onto this one. I have two foundation brushes. Whoops. This one is from Real Techniques, and it's their Expert Face Brush. It's a really good one. And then this one is the Wet n Wild Flat Top Brush. I actually really like the Wet n Wild one, actually even better than the Real Techniques brush, but I do kind of like to have two foundation brushes just because they get dirty really quickly, and so if one of them is dirty, I'll have another one to use as a backup. So I guess it does kind of make sense for me to keep both of these. And I also have, this is the e.l.f. Angled Blush Brush. I mainly use this to contour with. Now that I'm looking, I have two very similar brushes. These are both these kind of angled contour brushes, and I don't use them for blush because I just like a different style of brush for blush. I don't really need both of these, and I kind of prefer the Wet n Wild one because it's a little bit softer and wispier, so this one's more dense. And I kind of like the look this one gives a little bit better. It gives a little bit more of a diffused look. So I think I'll keep the Wet n Wild contour brush and get rid of the e.l.f. angled blush brush. Yay, this is good progress. Okay. This is the Eco Tools blush brush, and this is the one that I got to replace that other blush brush that I got rid of. And this is really, really good. It's the perfect shape for me. It's a really good size. It just really does a good job applying blush, so I'm going to keep this one. And this is the e.l.f. small tapered brush. This one of the things about these e.l.f. brushes is that they tend to get kind of loose at the ferrule, and this one is very loose. I need to just glue it back down. But this is a really good blush for setting the under eye concealer and applying like a powder highlight. So I'm going to keep this, but I do really need to fix it. I just don't have any glue right now. So, but yeah, going to keep that one. Okay, now on to my eye brushes, and I'll probably end up getting rid of a lot more of these. So let's just dump these out right now. So let's see. This one I know I'll keep. This is just a spoolie from e.l.f. and I use it to just brush through my brows before I fill them in. So I'm going to keep that one. Okay, this I know I'll get rid of. This is the Wet n Wild concealer brush, and it's just one of those flat concealer brushes. I really don't use this kind of brush for concealer, and it's a little bit too big for eyeshadow, so I'm gonna get rid of that one. Yay. Another one that I want to get rid of is, I know I talk a lot about how much I love these Wet n Wild brushes, but these two just aren't for me. This one is like the small eyeshadow brush, and it's great, but it just doesn't have quite enough taper to pick up enough product. So I don't really find myself using this one. Getting rid of that. Okay, I have two of these angled eyeliner brushes, and I really only need one of them because I don't really even use this type of brush that often. This one is from the brand Essence, and this one is from Wet n Wild. As a brand, I just like Wet n Wild better because I know for a fact that they're cruelty-free, and I'm not sure about Essence. So I think I'm going to get rid of the Essence one and keep the Wet n Wild one. I also have this e.l.f. Professional concealer brush. It's just a really tiny concealer brush. As you can tell, I use it for eyeliner. And I really don't need another one. If I want to use a brush for eyeliner, I'll use this angled one from Wet n Wild. So I'm going to get rid of this because I don't use it. And then this is the Wet n Wild, I think it's just called the smudge brush. I actually used it today. It's really good when I want to use an eyeshadow, like a dark eyeshadow, as an eyeliner on like the lower lash line. It's really good at just smudging it underneath there. So I think I will keep this one. This is just a random brush that came with like a cream eyeshadow from Wet n Wild, and I don't ever use it, so I'm going to get rid of that. These are my crease brushes, and these are specifically like that crease brush kind of shape. This one is from Eco Tools, and it came in a set a really long time ago, and it's one of my favorite brushes ever. I use it all the time. This is the Wet n Wild crease brush, which is a really good one. And then this is the e.l.f. one, and it's a lot smaller, and it's really good for just putting like a transition shade just above the crease. So as crazy as it sounds, I think I am going to keep all of these because I truly use all of them, and I think they're all just amazing. So whenever one is dirty, I can go on to another one. As you can tell, this one's really dirty because it used to be pink and now it's brown. So, but yeah, I love all of them and I get use out of them, so there's no need to get rid of any of these. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I have, these two brushes are really similar. And actually, all of these purple brushes right here came from a Real Techniques set. And this one is from an Eco Tools set. These two are really similar. They're just these kind of like flat detail brushes, and the Eco Tools one has kind of started to fall apart. The ferrule comes loose all the time, so I think it's time to retire this because I've literally had this for like 7 years. And I'm going to keep this Real Techniques one. This is called their accent brush. It's good for just putting like a highlight into the inner corner, so I like that one. Okay, moving along. Oh, I found another crease brush. This is from Real Techniques, and it's called their Deluxe Crease Brush. This one is different. It's like a very round, like dense, cylindrical one, and I actually really like this one too. I know it's crazy, but I just don't think you can have enough crease brushes, honestly, so I'm going to keep this one as well. Let's see. Okay, these are two from Real Techniques. One of them is the fine liner brush, and this one is the brow brush. I don't think I'll ever use this fine liner brush because I just prefer an angled one, I think. And I really don't need liner brushes that often anyway, so I'm going to get rid of this one. The brow brush, I don't know. I feel like I might need it someday, but I don't know. I think if I need a brush to do my brows, I can always just use this angled brush from Wet n Wild. So I've actually never even used this. I think I'm going to get rid of it. Because it came in that set and I didn't really need this one, so yeah. This one is the Real Techniques Base Shadow Brush, and I really like this. This is very unique. It's very tapered and fluffy, and I feel like this is one of those brushes that you could use to do an entire eye look, because you could use it to pack shadow all over the lid, and you could also use it to blend shadow out in the crease. It's just a really good like all-purpose brush, so I think I'm going to hold on to that one. Okay, a few more from Eco Tools. This is their blend brush, and this brush is just huge. I don't understand what this is supposed to be, because it's like flat but really wide. You could use it for concealer, but I just never use this, so I think I'm going to get rid of this one. Okay, and then this is the Eco Tools. It's called a crease brush, but it's kind of angled and fluffy, and I use it to apply a brow bone highlight, and I use it almost every day, so I'm going to keep that one. And this is the Eco Tools smudge brush, just a really small detail brush, and I either use this to put shadow into the inner corner or to smudge like underneath like the lower lash line. And I do use this, so I don't think there's a reason to get rid of it. Okay, and then these are some more kind of flat brushes. This one is from Wet n Wild, and it's just, I think it's just called their eyeshadow brush. And I really like it. I think they might have discontinued it, but I see it a lot at the dollar store, and so you might still be able to get your hands on it. But this is just a really good brush. Now, I don't know if I really need it though. And since I make videos and I blog, I want to be able to talk about things that you guys can actually get your hands on. So I'm probably just going to get rid of this because I have some similar brushes that kind of perform the same purpose. So I will get rid of that one. And then I have, this is the e.l.f. Professional Eyeshadow Brush. It's just a flat shader brush that's really good at just packing shadow all over the lids. I use it a lot, so I'm going to keep it. And this is the e.l.f. C brush, and I use it a lot to like sort of sculpt out the outer V, and it's just really good, so I'm going to keep that as well. I feel like I'm keeping most of this, but I am getting rid of quite a few. And then the last one, this is the Wet n Wild Large Eyeshadow Brush, and I also really like this. Just amazing quality, really soft. It's one of those where it's flat, but it's also fluffy, so you can use it to pack shadow onto the lid, and you can also use it to blend. It's just a really good all-purpose brush, so I'm going to keep it as well. Okay, and then this is the Maybe brush again. I'm also thinking about the fact that this brush is pretty loose in the ferrule as well, and it actually, yeah, there it goes, it comes apart like that. So, and I barely had to pull that. So I think that if I ever do need a brush like this, I can always buy one, because these are like $3. So, since it's just taking up space and I don't ever use it, I don't think I should hold on to it any longer. Okay, so I'm keeping 23, and I'm getting rid of 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I'm getting rid of 13. So that's pretty darn good in my opinion. A lot of what I'm getting rid of are eye brushes, because somehow I just ended up with so many eye brushes, and I really don't have a ton of face brushes. So I think this went really well. I really enjoyed doing this. Decluttering is one of my favorite things to do, and I love being able to film it and share it with you guys. I do have a declutter playlist that I will link in the video and down below in the description box, so you can check that out if you're interested. And I really appreciate you guys watching this, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye!